So now that I have pretty much watched every single season of Attack on Titan, both subbed and dubbed, and also completed the manga, I decided, you know what? Let's rank all the seasons, every last one of the seasons of Attack on Titan, from the very worst to the very best. Now, the way I'm going to do this ranking is that I'm going to sort of rank each season, but like sort of each part. So like season one, part one, part two. So like the first half of season one and the second half of season one. Basically, anytime the theme song changes in Attack on Titan is considered a new season in my head canon. That's how I do it because yeah, it's better that way. So on with the ranking and on with the countdown. And at last place is definitely the Uprising arc. This arc I didn't like in the manga at all. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was slow, boring, uninteresting, very exposition-y as well, but the way the anime adapted it was really well. Even Isayama admitted that this arc was pretty slowly written in a way. It was cool seeing his story get some character development, and also Eren sort of kind of also having development as well, realizing that he's not really special, because up until that point he's always had this thing in his head that he's a special guy and he's destined for great things, but he isn't, you know. Levi versus Kenny, my gosh, that was a beautiful, gorgeous scene. Like, man, which studio outdid themselves on that? They didn't have to go that hard, but they went hard. Despite which studio's adaptation kind of like trimming a lot of the boring parts from the manga and just kind of getting to the point, it was still a pretty slow arc in a way. It wasn't as impressive like some of the small, slow Norman parts, and also the cave scene surprised me because the way it was drawn in the manga and I just sort of imagined it to be this kind of dark, gloomy place, but in the anime it's just super bright, it's blue, it's white, it's just so damn bright to the point I had to lower my contrast on the TV, man. I love how this arc is sort of introducing like what Eren's dad really did, and like him like realizing that he's not this, you know, perfect, kind doctor dude that we all thought he was. He has a dark past, and yeah, he's done some unthinkable things, to be honest with you. And the arc pretty much does end with like Eren and like Jean having that little fight, and then just him, Mikasa and Armin just sort of like having that hope to like make it to the ocean and all that. And it just has that sort of happy end to this story arc, but we all know how it turns out. Yeah. In fifth place, it is season 4, part 1. Now, I do like the story of this arc. I really, really do. Like, this story arc is just. I loved it in the manga and I love it now, but I really, really preferred the anime version of it. What's surprising with the season was how much I really liked people like Gabby and Falco and Colt and Sophia and Udo, characters that I just didn't really care too much in the manga, but I think it was the voice acting and the way they were drawn and animated that just sort of really elevated their like sort of presence. I just really sort of enjoyed. With the new studio comes with a new sort of art style and direction, and I think this was a perfect time for a studio change to happen. Like, it's a time skip, we're in a new world, it's different, and I did like the art style at times. It really did fit. I much preferred Zeke's and Reiner's character design in this season more than the previous seasons, particularly Zeke, definitely. And I think this was definitely the best season when it came to the voice acting in both the subbed and the dubbed, particularly the English dub. I mean, my gosh, like Funimation went all out with that dub. And man, like, whew, it had a lot of really intense moments, particularly the episode with Eren and Armin sort of fighting. I think it was called Savagery. That was really good, man. The lighting is kind of a bit dreamy, but also realistic at the same time. It's got this sort of hazy look at times, but it's also kind of, it feels more realistic, like the facial expressions, the way it's lit, just the tone feels a lot more realistic than how the previous seasons looked. It had that more anime art style, and yeah. I think I enjoyed the first 8 episodes a bit more than the other 8 episodes, just because I really liked this story in the manga, and it was just, it felt very like nostalgic of like the first season, of like how that season was sort of set up in a way, and yeah, it felt like a callback to season 1 in a way, which was really good. But I will admit there were some gripes. I mean, this season did have CGI tie-ins, but I'm one of the rare people that actually likes the Titan fights in CGI. There's a lot more motion and like a lot of dramatic moments like with the CGI. It kind of, when they're fighting, it feels a lot more, you know, that it feels like there's more weight to it. But it doesn't look perfect all the time. I will admit, like, the bit where Eren and the Warhammer Titan were fighting, I think the end of the fight looked a bit sloppy and a bit clunky. the Beast tie-in is like the worst CGI tie-in out of all of them. He looks kind of weird, and even Eren's face at times is a bit odd, but overall I really like the CGI. Galliard's tie-in is my favorite tie-in design. He looks so cool, and yeah, pretty great. I will admit there weren't many cool Survey Corps sort of like swinging in the air moments like Mikasa and Levi. They didn't have many. Like, it didn't feel as dynamic compared to the previous seasons with them sort of whooshing through the air and whizzing, but I was more or less okay with it. I will admit, some of the designs when we came back to Paradise Island looked a bit funky. They later on improved them, but the first time we see the old characters from the previous seasons, like, they're kind of drawn a bit odd, you know, there's just something off about them. But I feel like as the series progresses, the designs start to look better and they improve a lot more. At number 4 we have season 1 part 1, so basically the first 13 episodes of this season. Now I really like this like first half. It's just introducing us to the world of Attack on Titan, to the characters that we're all gonna love and know. It has a lot of really dramatic moments, like the scene Eren's mom gets eaten by a Titan, or when Eren, like, you know, is able to plug in the wall and the hole in the wall. But when the action does happen, it's really gruesome and it's gritty, and man, it's just wow, the animation was really top tier in this season. Like, I just don't think it got any really better, or did it? And at number 3 we have got season 2. This season was a blast, and I mean, how many years did we wait? 4 years, man. 4 years. That was crazy, but it was worth the wait with this beautiful animation, like the Ymera transformation scene, Eren versus Reiner, the scene when Eren's punching the smiling Titan. It's just a lot of really extreme scenes and just moments, and it was just dramatic. Of course, we had CGI Colossal Titan, and it did look a little bit funky, but I still kind of liked it. It had a lot of dynamic shots with the scouts just sort of sweeping in the air. And oh man, I mean, for 4 years and we got this level of animation, it kind of made it all worth the wait, to be honest with you. It didn't feel stiff. It always had that fluidity that I really liked and enjoyed. And yeah, I will admit, in terms of gripes that I had with the season, yeah, CGI Titan. And I will admit, the Ymera and Historia flashback episode, I don't know if, I know it's just one episode, but it just kind of felt like filler, to be honest with you. I was like, let's just get this cut back. Let's just cut back to the present. This season had a lot of really intense moments, a lot of emotional moments. Eren and Reiner shouting at one another, Eren's breakdown. Oh my gosh, all these moments would just hit hard, man. It hit hard. And I remember the OST was just always just blaring, and it was like, man, that was epic, really epic. But coming in at number 2, we have season 1 part 2, basically the next 13 episodes of this, the second half of season 1. So basically the Squad Levi / female tie-in arc. Yeah, I was gonna probably rank this at number 1, but then I remembered season 3 part 2, and I was like, oh yeah, that season. And yeah, this season was just, I think out of all the seasons, this had like the best animation out of all of them. Like the animation, and just like, I just remember the animation just always being stellar in this arc. It was just go, like the Squad Levi versus the female Titan, Eren versus the female Titan. All these moments just really hit and they landed. The unexpected character deaths in this arc was just, damn, you just don't see it coming, to be honest with you. And just really extreme and dramatic, and I just love how it ends with just Eren going crazy and him saying, I'm going to destroy the world, and then it ends with a Colossal Titan's face in the walls, and it's just what a way to end the season. It was just man. But one is definitely without a doubt season 3 part 2, and it's the Return to Shiganshina arc. I love this arc in the manga, and I love it even more in anime form. Like, this arc was just, man, this was the most Attack on Titan arc season out of all of them, to be honest with you. Like, it's just go, and it's just dramatic and it's emotional. Erwin sending some of the scouts to their deaths just so that Levi can take down the Beast Titan. Armin's choice, just moments after moments. And then it's just like we have the Midnight Sun episode, and in the manga this was definitely the most emotional moment in the entire manga for me for a while. And then watching it in anime form, man, it hits so damn hard, man. And then to top it all off, we get the basement reveal, and we just find this. Oh my gosh, the basement reveal. Reading it in manga form was just, it was really like jarring because I mean I wasn't too surprised by some things, but the things they did reveal was just sort of shocking to be honest with you, man. Like I did sort of predict some of the things that would happen, but the stuff they showed was still surprising nevertheless. I will admit some of the animation didn't hit as hard in like the flashbacks of the basement reveal, but overall it was just a stellar episode. And then the way it just sort of ends with like Eren and the gang just sort of come to terms with who the true enemy is and what they've been fighting all along, it sort of kind of recontextualizes everything that they have worked for, and it's like, what the heck are they fighting for in a way? Is there any point, to be honest with you? And just Eren at the sea and his just sort of coming to terms with the reality of like who the enemy is and what they've been fighting for and what they have to do and if it'll be worth it in the end, man. It's just such a ball, my dudes. And this is why season 3 part 2 is my favorite season out of all the seasons, to be honest with you. And yeah, great. But tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of this video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What is your favorite season? And I might do a ranking episodes of my top 10 favorite episodes of Attack on Titan. And I also probably might rank all the manga arcs, to be honest with you, because there's a lot more story arcs to be ranked. And yeah, season 3, 4, part 2 is going to be pretty interesting. But yes, thank you for watching this review. Like this video, subscribe for more anime and manga reviews. Thank you for watching, and as always, Border Review signing out.